What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with another episode of the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. Coming off of what could be the most dominating victory in Cupcake Relocation Franchise history. That's right, a remarkable 30-3 win against the Seattle Seahawks in Week 16. Yes, indeed, old Cupcake McGee himself was in attendance that game, and rumor has it that he could be seen in the press box pacing back and forth with a big smile on his face. One thing I want to show you guys, just for a little laugh here, this is EA programming at its finest. We see on the news story from last week, article says Armadillos storm back with the Seahawks in complete control. That, if you watch that game, you know why that's so funny. With the Seahawks in complete control, the Armadillos found another gear in the second half to grab the win with the roar of the home crowd. You tell me when the Seahawks ever had control of that game. We controlled that game with a dominating performance from jump. So diving in here, looking at the playoff picture, unfortunately, the Indianapolis Colts did grab the win last week, and they now move into the 7th seed. So that does not bode well for us, as effectively that eliminates us from the playoffs. As much as it pains my heart to say that, the Colts, they just barely edged out the Pittsburgh Steelers, actually by only a field goal. Wow, they beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh 31-29, and we really needed them to lose, because if we take a look at the standings here, the worst the Colts could possibly finish with 2 games to go in the season is 9-8. The best that we could possibly finish with 2 games to go is also 9-8, which means in a perfect world we could tie the Colts. But guess what? The Colts beat us twice. So this all goes back to that Week 15 loss. I told you, if you watched that episode a couple episodes ago, that was going to be the thumbnail. The episode's even titled, "This is the biggest game in franchise history." Of course, we lost that game, and now we see it's probably going to come back to bite us. But guess what? None of that matters, because last season, as the Texans, we won 5 games. We have a chance this season in year number 2. If we win these last 2 games against the Broncos and the Ravens, we can finish over 500. And that, to me, would just be such a huge step up, especially seeing how this team started and what we've already kind of built them into. So the goal is to win these last 2 games, finish over 500, and then go have a great offseason, and then go into year number 3 with a goal in mind to make and crush the playoffs. So we're taking on the Denver Broncos here in Week 17, and for all my loyal OG Cupcake Relocation Franchise followers, you will remember, maybe, the Broncos, the second game that we played in franchise history. And of course, we got completely mauled by Russell Wilson and friends, but we did play the Broncos in our second game ever as the Cupcake Relocation Franchise Texans at that time. So we take a look at the Broncos here. They actually have a pretty good offense, especially passing. They're 6th in the league in total yards, 3rd in the league in pass yards, and I think defending the deep pass, Russell Wilson, a 77 rated overall X factor. That is kind of strange. So everyone is clean and healthy after this week's practice. It feels so good to be playing at full strength again. And this Denver Broncos team, taking a look and seeing who they have. We know, of course, they have Russell Wilson under center, but let's just kind of run through their roster. They got Russell Wilson, also Carson Wentz is his backup. Wow.
What?
Halfback Javonte Williams, very good halfback. Gonna have to watch him. Rookie Brett Pope at fullback. And wide receiver, their number 1 option, Courtland Sutton, is injured. And I want to say he tore us up last time we played him. They got Jerry Jeudy. They got Nelson Aguilar. They got rookie Zach Smith. Also rookie Justin Person. So pretty formidable wide receiver room, I would say. Eric Ebron and Albert Okwuegbunam is the tight ends that we have to deal with here. Garrett Bowles, their best starting tackle, is also injured. So they got Greg Little. Left guard, they got Dalton Reisner, Graham Glasgow behind him, Lloyd Cushenberry at center. So not really an okay offensive line. Quinn Miners is there at right guard. Terrence Steele, nothing crazy. Bryce Huff is their starting left end, along with Draymond Jones. On the right side, they got DJ Jones and Armin Watts as defensive tackles. Randy Gregory is their starting left linebacker, along with Anthony Walker Jr., former Cleveland Brown, and Josie Jewell. Cody Barton as well back there. Bradley Chubb is the right outside linebacker, so gonna have to watch him. Very good superstar cornerback, PS2, Patrick Surtain the second. They also got Ronald Darby, and they got Michael Ojemudia. Okay corners. Justin Simmons, very good free safety. Strong safety, Ronnie Harrison, another former Cleveland Browns. And then they got Jason Myers and rookie Hal Wild, so 2 kickers. Okay. And Matt Ariza, just going to go ahead and leave that one alone. Players who still want to negotiate. You know what? I've been looking at Devin McCourty at the top of this list all season, and we're going to go ahead and try to bring him back. He is 36. He might retire, but he's an 82 rated overall free safety. I don't really want to have to look to replace free safety. We got Ha Clinton Dix behind him. So it would just be nice, you know, maybe he'll play one more year. If we can get him on a 1-year, $8 million deal, that would be great. And Devin McCourty is back, so that is good to see. Marquez Callaway, still not sold on him yet. And Ndamukong Suh, we did try to bring him back once already, and he says, no, you got to convince me. So I guess the only way we're going to convince old Ndamukong here is to be a Super Bowl contender. That is, of course, not the case right now. So maybe my good friend, Mr. Franklin, can convince you. Yes, okay. So just a little bit of money, and Ndamukong decides to come back. You know, a lot of these players, I can't cut them all. We got to keep some depth guys. I'll probably try to square up some of those guys off camera. But I do think that Alex Collins, we're going to need a third running back, and he has a lot of interest. He wants to be here. And, you know, the reality is Tony Pollard, he may not be around next season. So if we do a 3-year, $8 million deal for Alex Collins, he wants a little bit more money. So, all right, I guess we'll maybe have to give him more money. And I just remembered, we now know Jalen Burnett's dev trait. So let's take a look and see. Really hoping for superstar. Doubt it's going to be X Factor. Don Fitzpatrick still not revealed, but Jalen Burnett is a star. Okay. Yeah, little disappointed there, not gonna lie. That other defensive tackle for Tennessee, I think his name was Hammond, I want to say, Kenny Hammond maybe. He was superstar, so it looks like there was a better defensive tackle. Jalen Burnett being star kind of stings. Alan Schmidt still not quite there to reveal his dev trait. Man, I really thought that Burnett was going to be superstar. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but he is not. And then Don Fitzpatrick, he should be revealed very soon. So maybe in the next couple of games, there's only 2 games left in the season here. Maybe in the next couple of games, we'll know Dom's dev trait as well. Yeah, it was Kenny Hannon with the Titans. He was a superstar development player here, and he got drafted much later. He was drafted in the 2nd round, so maybe we missed out there, but you know, whatever. Jalen Burnett, he could still progress, he could still develop, so I'm not really too worried about it. So yeah, guys, we are here, week 17, taking on the Denver Broncos. We are back at home in Central Texas Stadium, gonna have the home crowd behind us, and remember, the goal, let's finish this season over 500. So without further ado, let's get down to Central Texas Stadium and get ready for the game. Gonna get to see our defense first in this one, who just had the game of their lives, only allowing 3 points to the Seattle Seahawks. And if we can see that type of performance again, man, that would just be astronomical. I really, again, as I mentioned, playoffs all but out of our reach, but going over 500 to me, that would be like a Super Bowl win. I gotta be honest, because, you know, we cannot expect to create the worst team in NFL history and turn them around in one season. That's just not feasible. So we will see Russ Danger Wilson himself starting this out in the I formation here. Going to be a give to Javonte Williams, who has the edge and good speed there, finally pushed out of bounds by Denzel Perryman. Last week, we completely shut the run down, and I will really hope that that would be the case again this season. But Javonte Williams is starting out pretty good there, picking up a gain of 12. So we'll see if Russ goes back to him here. Probably Will coming out in the eye again, and that will be another give to Williams. Williams just made a very nice cut there, as we see Williams now over the 1,000-yard mark so far for this season, and Ndamukong Suh gets the tackle. So 2nd and 1 from the 44. Now Russ coming out in the shotgun, so we will bring out our nickel set here, and he has Javonte Williams going to get it again. Javon Hargrave gets him, but only needed a gain of 1, and he got just about that on that play. Ball on the Broncos 45. We're going to come out nickel blitz here, see if we can maybe get a little bit of pressure. Javonte Williams is to Russ's right side. Got to be cognizant of that, and Russ is going to step up in the pocket, and I do not know what that was. Jerry Jeudy just caught that thing, hot potatoed it, threw it back up into the air, and wasn't able to come down with it. And you know what? All right, I'll take it. So 2nd and 10 rather. And Russ is coming out shotgun again. Looking, just going to check it down to Williams, but Armadillos are there to meet him. It was Landon Collins and Marcus Davenport, and that will result in a loss of 1 on the reception. Got the Broncos in a 3rd and 11 now, so we will guess pass and shade over top. I usually like how that works. Russ dropping back, gonna check it down there to Javonte Williams again, and he fumbled it. Somebody pick it up. Somebody pick it up. That's Devin McCourty. Just gave him a new contract extension. Somebody forced the fumble there. Devin McCourty picked it up in the backfield. Got to take a look and see who that was. I saw about 3 armadillos in there on that play. We'll see if we can see it on the replay there. I see if that's Jason Verrett, man. No, Jason Verrett got stiff-armed, and it looks like that was Anthony Barr. So Anthony Barr had a forced fumble. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week in Seattle, maybe the week prior. I don't know, but gets his 2nd one. So there we go. Turnover. Ball coming to the Armadillos. Taking a look at the man who is leading the NFL in passing yards, Damon Sanders, the bald-headed bullet himself, had a huge bounce-back game last week. Really needed it. It was a rebound game. The week prior in Indy, he did not play well at all, but he went over 300 last week and found the end zone 3 times. So we got the ball on the 33-yard line of the Broncos. Going to come out single back here. Going to be a halfback wham to Don Fitzpatrick. Don Fitzpatrick is wrestled there by Draymond Jones, the right end, and Don Fitzpatrick 666 yards. That is just evil, an evil performance he's putting on. 2nd and 7 now from the 30. We'll come out single back again, but this time look to pass. So we are going to drop back, and Bruce Joyner is kind of open, not really. Tried to high point it up to him. Oh, and look, Justin Britt is injured. Surprise, surprise. This guy gets injured every other week, it seems like, and we've got to get another center here. So 3rd and 7 now. We're going to come out shotgun, going to run some verts here, see if somebody gets open, and I think it's just John Mechie on the drag. I audibled that drag route to John Mechie just in case. Seemed to pay off, and now DJ Jones, the defensive tackle for the Broncos, goes down clutching his chest. Sanders coming out shotgun here, trips to the left, but we are going to give this to Fitzpatrick, of course, and Fitzpatrick has a nice hole there. Finally brought down by Anthony Walker Jr., the middle linebacker, former Cleveland Brown, the 6-year man from Northwestern, but Don Fitzpatrick got more than what he needed and was able to move the chains. Justin Britt pulled hamstring. This guy's got glass bones or something. I don't know. He's just injured every single week, it seems. But so we'll come out single here again, and this is going to be another give to Don Fitzpatrick. We will send McCole Hardman in motion, and also going to double team the linebacker on the right side. So here comes Fitzpatrick. Nice. Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. I don't know what I just did. I lateraled it. Oh my God, I pressed L1. Oh my God. That is, luckily Damon Sanders caught that. But what? Okay. All right. I'm going to stop talking here. My finger like bumped L1 or something, and I lateraled that thing back. I just saw my freaking life flash before my eyes. Very unfortunate. So, all right, well, interesting. Now 2nd and 21 here. Sanders is going to drop back. Oh, John Mechie's open. John Mechie's open. Catch that. Don't fumble it. You fumbled it a couple weeks ago, and Luckily, we were able to pick up most of that back from that boneheaded mistake by me. 3rd and 4 here. We got blitzers coming in hot and heavy. So ball has to come out quick, which it will to Callaway, and that's an interception by Anthony Walker. Did not throw any of those last week. Yes, I tried to fit it into a very tight window, but Anthony Walker, not really known for his intercepting ability, I wouldn't say, at least not the time I watched him in Cleveland. And that was a very strange sequence of events. Yes, we saw a lateral, and we also saw interception. So there you go. Broncos coming out goal line formation. So you got to figure it's going to be a run. So we're coming out in the 46 defense, and there is Javonte Williams. He is met there by Alan Schmidt in the backfield, and it looks like they're coming out in the 0 wide receiver formation again. So, all right, not really sure I agree with that, but Russ is in the eye, so you got to figure it's going to be a run to Williams, which it is again, and he is stuffed there by multiple armadillos. They're coming out single back, but you got to figure it's still going to be a pass. We will pinch the line just in case. Russ is got a jumbo set here with 3 tight ends, and he is dropping back, and the pass is caught, but the tight end was wrestled down there. That was Albert Okwuegbunam, and he was wrestled down there by Ha Clinton Dix, and we are graced with the opportunities to get the ball back, and let's just hope that I don't do anything that I did on the last drive. We'll come out here in the tight shotgun formation. Ball is on the Broncos 32. So let's try to get this thing a little bit closer if possible. And is anybody open? Somebody's open there. Jamal Agnew was, but Damon Sanders, unfortunately, overthrew him. So that's unfortunate. Not really starting out this game too accurate, I will say. So let's kind of slow things down here. See if we can maybe get some curl routes established. And I think that John Mechie's going to sit down and catch that one. He is. Actually, that's Marquez Callaway. I always get those 2 players mixed up because they kind of look the same. I did change their number, and that really hasn't proven to help at all because I still call them by the wrong names. But 3rd and 2 here. We're in Rohrwasser field goal range. So let's just not do anything dumb. We'll drop back to pass. Ricky Seals-Jones wide open. Don't fumble it. Hold on to that pigskin. He does. Damon Sanders, 5 for 9, 49 yards with the pick, and Ricky Seals-Jones makes his first grab of the afternoon. About a minute and a half to go here, and we are going to go back to Fitzpatrick from the I formation, see if he can get some nice blocks, which he does. He cuts it back, couldn't make the cut quick enough, but he does pick up 10, and now Fitzpatrick starting 4 for 30, so you have to like to see that, and you know what? Let's go back to it. So let's just see if we can ride the Dom train as much as we can. Dom makes a nice juke, picks up 4, and gets this thing all the way down to the 2. Broncos got nobody covering Jamal Agnew. A smart man would audible this, but I am not smart, or maybe I am, because Dom Fitzpatrick will sneak that thing into the end zone with another touchdown in his stellar rookie season. And that will put the Armadillos on the board 6-0. That was a really strange back and forth first quarter, I gotta say. Let me be quiet here. I might have missed that extra point too. No, I didn't. That was a strange back and forth first quarter, I would say. We saw some things that you would not see normally in a football game. But the most important thing that we see is the Armadillos are up 7-0. And they also did get the ball first, so that means that we will get the ball after halftime. So your first quarter will end goose egg on the score from Denver and 7 on the board for your Armadillos. Passing yards is owned by us. Rushing yards, Denver has a slight edge. But we really haven't seen too much from Russ. He's really hasn't even attempted too many passes. He's been more reliant on Javonte Williams. This time it will be a pass, though, and Russ has his man, the tight end Eric Ebron, there wide open. So first real signs of life that we've seen from this Denver offense as the 9-year pro from North Carolina, Eric Ebron, catches it and also moves the sticks. We'll go nickel blitz here. I want to see a little bit more pressure there in the backfield. We haven't really had too much so far in this game. Russ dropping back and firing. He has his receiver there, Nelson Aguilar, the veteran, And I guess Russ must have heard what I said when I was talking about him relying on Javonte Williams, because now he is locked in and laser focused. So let's guess pass and shade inside. I think that's a good thing to do here. We got Javonte Williams as an extra blocker, so we dropped Davenport out in coverage, and that forced Russell Wilson to throw it out of bounds. Nickel blitz again here. Sure, why not? Russ coming out single back. Got to be cognizant of the run to Williams, which it will be. Actually, a toss to Williams, but wow, Marcus Davenport. Was he ever in the backfield? He shot out of there like a loose cannon. Bat out of hell, Marcus Davenport. I mean, he never got touched. They had Nelson Aguilar, the receiver, out there trying to block him. 3rd and 17 here from Denver, so we are coming out in the dime. Going to bring some extra DBs in here to hopefully lock up some of those routes there. Russ is just going to dump this thing off to the tight end there, Eric Ebron, but that is not even close to what he needed. And now we are going to force the Broncos to settle for probably a long field goal. We'll see if the kicker, Jason Myers, is able to drill this thing through. Good kick, and Jason Myers is right down the middle of the uprights. But you know what? Austin Armadillo's playing good defense here late in this season. So far, only holding the Denver Broncos to 3. I will take that. So now 2nd and 10. Ball is still on the 25-yard line. We're going to come out shotgun, and we are going to maybe look for, Marquez Callaway wide open. What? He was wide open there. How did the DB react so quick? I do not know the answer to that question, but here we are, 3rd and 10 already. We got blitzers, we can see that. So Tony Pollard, you are going to be an extra blocker, and then we are also going to double team the right side here. 3rd and 10, we'll grab the Vaseline, we'll hope and we'll pray. Jamal Agnew is open. If he can catch that, which he does, right in the middle, had to absorb contact. That was a big catch by Jamal Agnew, who has played extremely well for us this season. 3rd and 1, it'll be Dom again in a single back formation on the dive, and oh my God, Josie Jewell was right there. Never even got touched by our offensive line. Josie Jewell now has 5 tackles. The 5-year man out of Iowa, pretty good player. And 4th and inches from the 46. You know what? Mike Tomlin wants us to punt, but I haven't done this in quite a while. It's come back to, it's bitten me back. Whatever I'm trying to say, it's bitten me in the ass a couple times. But I think we can do 4th and inches, quarterback sneak. Did he get it?
Yes.
He did get it. All right. Good job, Sanders. Good, long, sustained drive. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far here. We got Tony Pollard in, but it's not going to matter because this is going to be a play action all the way. And I see a receiver there. John Mechie, aggressive catch it right in the middle of the field. Thank you, sir. John Mechie's playing good football. He had that one untimely fumble against Indy, but aside from that, he's playing really good. Good receiver out of Alabama. Of course, in real life, he was hurt his rookie season, so did not get to see too much action, if any. I don't think he saw any, but he's played pretty good for us in the 2nd year now. So 1st and 10, we're going to do draw to Fitzpatrick, see if he can get some blockers. No, that draw play used to work for me pretty well, I would say, but it hasn't really worked too well as of late. At least I haven't seen it. So 2nd and 9 here. Let's go slants. See if anybody can get open on these slants here. Might have, there's Agnew. Yes, Agnew is open. Oh, Agnew getting a natural pick there from our receiver and bringing this thing all the way down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal here. It's Y stick time, baby. Patrick Surtain is not even on McCole Hardman, so this could be an easy tutty, and it is. There we go. Love to see that connection from Damon Sanders to McCole Hardman, and Armadillo's about to possibly go up 14-3, which they will on a perfectly timed kick from Justin Rohrwasser. So, yeah, man, I gotta say, I've really liked this fire that our defense has been playing with these last couple games. I realize it may all be in vain as we are, not going to be able to make the playoffs now, but you know what? It's not going to be in vain because a 9-8 record, to go from as terrible as we were last season to going above 500 and just barely missing the playoffs, that, my friends, is progression. So these games are extremely important. They're extremely important to me. I hope they're extremely important to you guys as well. and I just want to see our boys win. So there's Javonte Williams. Russell Wilson has called his number quite often. So can we get the Broncos off the field again here? That is the question. Russ coming out shotgun. He's looking for receivers. Oh, he's airing it out. He's airing it out. Devin McCourty, who just got the contract extension on the perfect time user pick. That is right, baby. Devin McCourty just played that route perfectly. I believe that was Jerry Jeudy there on the left side. Russell Wilson aired it up, threw up a rainbow, Lucky Charms-esque, looking for a pot of gold at the end of that thing. That was actually Zach Smith, the rookie from Florida. But Devin McCourty gets what I want to say, which I know is his first interception of the season. Yeah, McCourty's got a fumble recovery and also a interception now in this game. So I guess all he needed was that contract. So we have full momentum here. Some of the away team receivers icons are hidden during the play, so that probably won't do too much with the CPU. But Draymond Jones was there to drop down Fitzpatrick for a loss of 3. 3rd and 13. So what do we do here? We could have single coverage on the outside potentially, but we are going to have some blitzers, so got to be careful here. We'll drop back, and I see a receiver. Who is that? Jamal Agnew also breaking a tackle on the free form completion. Yes, indeed. Now Damon Sanders is slinging this rock. I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit, though, because a lot of these are just good passes by me. That was not an easy pass. We led Jamal Agnew to about the only place that he could have caught that. Gonna let a little bit of time tick off this clock here because I want to score, get into halftime, and have the chance to double dip. That would be great. I feel like I have no manners today, and I am very hungry, so I am trying to double dip. So, we'll see if we can actually make that happen. But 2nd and 7 here. Also, don't want to do anything dumb, which you guys know I am definitely prone to do that. I'm not going to be targeting McCole Hardman too much in this game. I got to be honest. Let's just check it down to Don Fitzpatrick, who did have a receiving touchdown last week, his first of the season, and that is going to be 3rd and 3 with not that much time left. Gonna let this clock just wind down as much as possible so we can have hopefully the final play of the half. We'll snap it here with 12 seconds, see if anybody can get open. Jamal Agnew is...
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Open, and Sanders overshot him. No. Oh my God. That's probably on me because I did try to touch pass it. I should have bullet passed it, but I mean, look at that separation. Ball is in the air. Agnew has his defender beat. All Sanders has to do is drop that one in the bucket, and it flies past the outstretched arms of Jamal Agnew. All right, I mean, that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll bring in Rohrwasser for the field goal because, again, we do get the ball back after halftime, so I am not upset with this. Perfectly timed kick. That one will go right through the uprights, and we will go into the locker room with a decent-sized lead. 17-3 going into the locker room. Armadillos, where has this defense been all season? I mean, granted, the game is not over yet, and if you're an avid watcher of this franchise, you will know we have gone into the locker room with decent-sized leads many a times, and then we see teams come out and score 30 points in the second half. So I'm just saying, defense looks good, so we'll keep the same focuses. Throw it deep on offense, defend the medium pass on defense, defend the medium pass on defense, throw it deep on offense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Everything that we have called so far has worked. 17-3 is your score, and we are going to get the ball and a chance to open this thing wide open. 1st and 10 here. We'll come out I formation. Let's see if we can get Dom going on an outside run. He hasn't really had a great game so far, and I would love to see... Oh, nice block there by Johnny Stanton, our fullback. Tried to get the edge, but we do pick up 4, so, not a terrible run. Let's do draw play with Tony Pollard. Yes, hold your breath. Ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing in number 20. We'll see what he can do, and he doesn't really do too much. But in Tony's defense, he did not really have too much in the way of blockers there. So 3rd and 4. I really want to double dip. We got some blitzers coming, so this ball has to come out quick. Matter of fact, let's use Pollard as an extra blocker. It's going to be Agnew or Joyner probably. And it's going to be Agnew. Did he get the feed in? On the free form completion, baby. I'm telling you, I am locked in, laser focused. Somebody had an MVP sign in the crowd. Not sure who that's for. So 1st and 10. Let's come out play fake here. And McCole Hardman. Oh, my God, no. Damon Sanders is sacked in the backfield. That's why does that happen? Damon Sanders makes the touchdown. Saving tackle on Bradley Chubb. But I got sacked by somebody there. I'm not sure who that was. It was right as I was throwing the ball. It was number 5. I don't even know who that is. That's, I think, Randy Gregory, the linebacker. What did I say? I said it, guys.
We have gone into the locker room with decent-sized leads many a times, and then we see teams come out and score 30 points in the second half, so...
Broncos got to find the end zone here. If they settle for 3, which I'm okay with, that would be a huge loss from them, and I should have just kept my big mouth shut because Javonte Williams strolls into the end zone virtually untouched. All right, so that was a roller coaster ride of emotions, if I do say so myself. Now we got to be careful. We got to lock in, and it is 17-10, only a 1-score game after a dominating performance by our defense in the first half. The last thing that we can do is have our offense let us down. Don Fitzpatrick, 12 rushes for 42 yards. He's gonna need to be better in this game. Just a little bit more from Don Fitzpatrick. Let's motion Joyner just to have that extra blocker on the right side. We have the Mike ID'd, so we should be good here. Should have a good lead block from Johnny Stanton, which, that's gonna be holding. I already know it, so I'm not even gonna get hyped. That's coming back. Who's the culprit? Show your face. You're about to be in timeout. Kenyon Green. All right, Kenyon. Well, you're in timeout, brother. Go sit in the corner. 2nd and 15 from the single back. May look to scramble outside with Sanders. We'll see what that linebacker does. He's dropping back in coverage. So, yes, Sanders, just go out of bounds, please. Patrick Surtain was there trying to chase us down, but Sanders only has a net positive of 2 yards now because if you recall that amazing lateral from earlier in the game, that counted as negative 10 rushing yards for Sanders. So that gets him net positive 2. 3rd and 3 here. Got to pick this up. Broncos starting to get a little bit of momentum, which we don't like to see. Bruce Joyner is open there, and he catches it. Yes, and he's still shaking tacklers, getting some good run after the catch. Bruce Joyner is the man, the myth, the legend. Probably going to get crowned with the Offensive Rookie of the Year, I would imagine. And that one was all Joyner. It was a good pass by Sanders. We threw it over the head of the linebacker, but Joyner, high degree of difficulty, but he catches that thing and he does the rest himself. Shakes Patrick Surtain, which I don't know how a tight end would ever do that, but he does. All right, we're coming out pistol here. Let's audible Fitzpatrick onto a wheel, and then I actually want to put Joyner on a block and release. Could have John Mechie or Seals Jones as well. It's Joyner. It bounced off of somebody's head. We saw that last week, and apparently we have to see it again this week too. Big 3rd down here. Broncos starting to get some of this momentum back, so we need to kind of recapture it. Damon Sanders coming out shotgun. We got a trips bunch to our right, and that's Marquez Callaway. He had it, but it was broken up at the last minute. So Justin Rohrwasser coming out for a 36-yarder. Got to be quiet so I don't screw this one up. You guys know I can do that. That should be a good kick, though. Perfectly timed. And I feel a little bit better now as we go up by 10. I was kind of starting to sweat bullets here a little bit. That was a good drive. Stalled out at the end, but ultimately, you're never going to be mad about ending a drive with points. We'll stay in this 3-4, and we're going to audible into man coverage. Russell coming out in the eye. So got to be mindful of Javonte Williams, but it's another play fake, and that is another great pass by Russ. Jerry Jeudy just making all kinds of men missing, and now Russell Wilson is finally starting to come alive. We know from that first game that we played against them way back in episode 3 of the relocation franchise. Russell can carve us up, and so far up until this game, he hasn't, but now he is kind of starting to break out of his shell, so to speak, and we really got to be careful here. So it's going to be guest pass situation, and that was a nice route there by Judy, a stick route, and finally brought down there by Keegan McGriff and friends. Nickel blitz, I think, is going to be the right call here. Hopefully we can generate some pressure, maybe make Russell Wilson think about it, which we did, but he has a wide open Jerry Jeudy who just dropped it. Oh no. He is going to be thinking about that one for weeks to come. He completely burned, who was that from the Armadillos? That was Keegan McGriff, who backed up to about the first row, and there's just nobody on Jeudy there, and just took his eyes off the ball and dropped it. So, all right, Madden God's smiling on me a little bit there. Let's shade inside, because that is where Wilson has been looking to go as of late, and he is going to drop back looking for receivers. He's trying to scramble, but Denzel Perryman's right there. Russell coming out with 4 wide receivers and looking to try to pick up this big third down that his team needs. And somebody react. Russell slides. If he had a sack or two, probably could have picked that one up, but he was sackless on that one. Decided to take the slide, and that is going to result in a field goal attempt here for Jason Myers. Man, Russell could have easily picked that up, man. I guess he just wasn't trying to get injured or something like that. He wanted to still be able to go home and have some nice evenings with Sierra, because he just gave himself up there, but I'm not mad at it. All right, Damon, what do you got for him, brother? It's been kind of a weird up and down game for you here. Let's try to lean on the shoulders of Mr. Dom Fitzpatrick a bit, so maybe we could take some of that pressure off of Sanders. We're going to come out single back wham. We called this at the beginning of the game, and it worked well, and I mean, all right, pickup of about 4. I will take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday, and guess what? As I record this, guys, it is Sunday. What does that have to do with this game? Nothing.
Okay.
So got a small 7-point lead heading into the fourth quarter here. I'm not upset with it. You know, I would like it to be a little bit larger, but we are out. We're dominating the Broncos in virtually all the yardage categories. It's just those couple of dumb things that's happened. Yeah, you could say it's by me, but whatever. That's what has the Broncos still in this game. So 1st and 10 here. We're going to come out shotgun with Tony Pollard behind us here and see if we can pick up some good positive yardage, which there's McCole Hardman. I couldn't even remember his name. I almost said John Mechie like 3 times. Fitzpatrick hasn't really played that well this game. Got a lot of carries, I know, and not a whole lot of yards to show for it. I mean, he's playing decent. He's at 52 now, so he does cross the half-century mark, but I'm looking for Fitzpatrick to explode, man. If you guys watched, I can't even remember what episode it was, but he had 170-something yards in that one episode. I want to see that again. So now 2nd and 4. We're going to come out, try to fool him with a little bit of play action, and we got McCole Hardman there. I wanted to take off and run with it with Sanders, but Hardman was just so open that there was no shot I wasn't going to look his way. 1st and goal, ball on the 5. Let's see what we got for these Denver Broncos here. And we are just going to try to step up with Sanders, but unfortunately going to get sacked. Bradley Chubb and I think Randy Gregory are going to get credit for that. I'll be honest with you, I was a little scared to pull the trigger there. When you throw an interception, you know, I don't want to get that second one, especially when we're in field goal range. 2nd and goal now, 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Let's use Joyner as an extra blocker. We could have Agnew or Mechie on these little drag slants here. I think it's Agnew. Oh, and great defense by the Broncos. Would not be upset with a field goal here, but I really want points, and we got some pressure here brewing. So maybe Joyner gets open early. If not, possibly Agnew, and it's gonna be Agnew, but can he get in? He does. Oh, I thought he was gonna be stuffed there by Ronnie Harrison, the safety, at the 1-yard line, and I gotta be honest, I probably would have went for it if that did happen, but Jamal Agnew just kind of lowered his shoulder there and snuck in, and that was huge. We really needed that. Now we're going to go up, hopefully, 27-13, which we should on a good kick by Rohrwasser. And now the pressure is all on the Broncos. We'll see how Russell Wilson and company respond here. Got to figure they got to be in pass mode now, you would think. Russ comes out single back, and he's got a receiver there wide open in the middle of the field, Nelson Agholor. I feel like we've called his name a ton of times in this game. Nelson Agholor, of course, been doing this for a long time now, the 8-year pro from USC. Broncos at midfield, so let's guess pass. Don't get beat over top, so we're going to shade over top here. Russell coming out with 3 to his left, and looking, Javonte Williams. Oh, we were usuring Marcus Davenport, but he was not fast enough to make a play on the ball, but does wrap up Javonte Williams for only a small gain. So now both run and pass are on the table. It is going to be a run to Williams, and he might have gotten stuffed. He does get stuffed here. So what do the Broncos do? 4th and 1. If it was me, I would go. Well, they got to go for it, yes, because they're only on the 44, and we have got to. Denver challenges it, really. You're going to challenge the spot of the ball. I rarely see that in Madden. And it's overturned. What? Not even going to go to replay. I just can't even imagine. I'm sure that was just wrote into the script there. So whatever. 1st and 10. Denver catches a huge break. They just get the ball gifted to them with a fresh set of downs. And Russell gonna see what he can do with it. He finds who else? Nelson Agholor. Big 3rd down here. Big 3rd down. Let's get the Broncos off the field. Force them to maybe a long field goal. Because I'm not confident in any lead. And again, Russell Wilson slides. My guy, you gotta grow a pair, man, because I feel like you could have got that one as well. But now they're in a 4th down. So what does our defense do here? What do we have in store for these Broncos? Russ dropping back, and he has his receiver. This time it's Jerry Jeudy. This is what happens in the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. We blow leads in 4th quarters, so I am going to do everything in my power to make sure that that does not happen in this one. We will get the ball back, and if we do get the ball back, which we will get the ball back, all we'll have to do is score or drain the clock. So let's see what Russ does here. Maybe get a pick. That would be nice, and there he is with the slide. All right, Russ. Don't know what you're doing there, brother. Let's pinch the line. Let's get some pressure on Wilson. He's coming out tight shotgun, but Javon Hargrave was there to meet Javonte Williams in the backfield. He broke the tackle, but luckily Marcus Davenport, his buddy, was there to do the cleanup work. And now 3rd and goal. You got to figure this will be a passing down, and I'm sure it will. And oh, nice defense there by Denzel Perryman. Breaks that up. So now very curious to see what the Broncos will do here. Do they kick it? They're going to go for it. Yes, I mean, they pretty much have to in this situation. So 4th down. Defense, we need you to step up big here. Do not let the Russell Wilson and these Broncos make it into the end zone. Please, whatever you do in a bad pass by Wilson, it sails out of bounds. Armadillos are getting the ball back on the 4-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go until we get the W. Yeah, it is all Dom Fitzpatrick now. If you don't know, now you know. We are just going to try to drain this clock and get out of dangerous territory, but actually a gain of 10 from Fitzpatrick. So very good. And it's a timeout. And you know what? Call me lame. Call me vanilla. I mean, even Mike Thomas. Who's Mike Thomas? Mike Thomas is a receiver for the New Orleans Saints. Mike Tomlin wants us to run it too. I'm not doing anything crazy. We're probably not going to get this, but I don't care. We'll punt the ball back to the Broncos. And Russell Wilson hasn't really done too much in this game. And we'll see if he has one final hoorah left in the tank. Let's see what Russ has up his sleeve here. Game not over, but it's going to need some miracles. He's going to have to score, and he is going to have to score quick. And then also probably get an onside kick because they're working with only one timeout. And now we see the hurry up offense. Yes, of course. I knew that was going to happen. And does somebody want to guard Jerry Jeudy? Because I'm about sick of calling his name. I got to be honest with you. Russell now got a minute to work with here. See if he can get anything established. And Nice catch by Jerry Jeudy, and he does get out of bounds to stop the clock. It would take some kind of miracle and a give to Javonte Williams, really, on the draw play. Don't agree with that at all. So now clock ticking. Definitely not their friend right now. Russ is got Javonte Williams out of the backfield. So if anything, Russell is padding his stats here. Yes. If nothing else, 1st and 10 here. Let's see what he does this time. He's running. Probably going to slide because that's what Wilson does. No. And you got to figure that Broncos will call a timeout, but only 18 seconds to go in this ball game. Russ got a chance to make this scoreboard look a little bit more formidable, which he actually will. Nelson Aguilar catches it, and it's going to make it look like it was more of a back and forth game, as this is going to put the Broncos up 20-27. Now we still got to recover an onside kick. God only knows that we should, but we've seen in this series so far that if something could happen, chances are it will. So, until we get this ball, which Clinton Dix, now watch him fumble it or something, he doesn't. All right, so that should be GG Austin Armadillos, as Damon Sanders is going to come out in the kneel formation. So how about that? Late in the season, guys, the Austin Armadillos are playing some of their best football. Now, I realize in Madden, I've had this theory, well, not even really a theory, it's been proven and tested, but as you get later on into the season and into the playoffs, a lot of people will tell you that games get easier because players fatigue. A lot of times you'll see CPU teams have their fullbacks in and stuff like that, but I don't think that was really the case this game, because Javonte Williams, he was out there all game. All the starters were, so I don't think this was a fatigue game. But if you take a look at the stats, Denver actually outrushed us. We outpassed them, so the stats were kind of similar. So Damon Sanders does not reach 300, gets very close at 296. Had 2 touchdowns, but did have that 1 interception, so that will put him on 20 at 20 for the season. Russell Wilson never really got it going. Kind of started to at the end of the game there. Dom Fitzpatrick, 63 yards, but only 3.7 yards per carry. Took him 17 attempts to do that, but did find the end zone 1 time, so not too mad at that. Javonte Williams started out great, but he did not do much after that first quarter. As a matter of fact, it was really Russell Wilson doing most of the damage on the ground. Taking a look at receivers here, Jamal Agnew, he had a great game. 7 for 110, also found the end zone. Nelson Aguilar played good. John Mechie played good. Bruce Joyner only with 1 catch. Very interesting. McColl went 5 for 48 for 1 touchdown. Our defense did play pretty good. Tackles for loss, though, Marcus Davenport was there. And sacks, Randy Gregory had 1.5. Bradley Chubb had a half a sack. Draymond Jones had a half a sack. And Devin McCourty, who just got that contract extension, had a forced fumble and an interception. Hey, if nothing else, we even the ledger. We are now back to 500 on the season at 8-8. So 8 wins, guys. Look, we had 5 all of last season. We got 8 wins. Not going to be able to make the playoffs probably, or really there's no chance. It is virtually impossible. But we beat the Broncos today, get our revenge against them. They dominated us in episode 3 of the series. If you haven't been watching, or if you're new, go back and watch some of those older episodes. They are different, I will say. I was very new to YouTube at that time. Didn't have anywhere near the setup or the knowledge that I have now, but they're still good. We take on the Ravens next week. Ravens are, I think, the 2nd seed in the playoffs, I want to say. They are. So the Ravens going to be tough, but if we win that game, we will finish over 500 with 9 victories on the season for a 77 rated overall team. How about that? Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had a great time playing it. Good to get another W in the win column. That's going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.